One day all will blacken and burn, just as the two-headed basilisk have predicted. The world is dying, time is short. How will you face these last days? Robbing graves for soil-stained wealth, or facing down the apocalypse, hoping it can be fought?
What were the options again?
Tomb robbing
I'll do that.
or pointless facing the apocalypse.
Yeah,
It
not
can't be
doing
fun.
that.
I'm doing that right now, so
Yeah.
cool.
Because it's Bastard Quest, and we're playing Swedish death metal RPG MÖRK BORG.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm your game bastard, Kyle.
I'm Todd.
I'm Corey.
I'm Austin.
So this is a game from Free League Publishing, created by Occult Ortmaster Games.
It's a little intense.
Yeah,
We played another game from Free League, right? Was it Alien Free League?
Yeah, I think it is actually.
Yeah.
So created by Pelle Nielsen and Johan Nohr. It's a old school Renaissance game, throwback to early D&D. It's a beautiful book.
Yeah, really cool. We'll
Yeah.
post pictures on the social media, or you can Google them. But it's very cool.
Like a
looking.
beautifully designed book. I'm buying one.
Yeah, it is a Swedish death metal RPG, not recommended for people under 16 years old. And here are the musical influences: Ash Borer, Batushka, Bell Witch,
Okay.
Belzebong, Black Trimmer, Bong Ripper.
We're just in the bees.
Yeah. Bongzilla.
What?
Cathedral, Conan, Dark Buddha Rising, Dark Throne, Domcroft, Dragged into Sunlight, Dödsrit, Earth, Electric Wizard, I Hate God, spelled EYE.
Yeah, that's about the only one I'm familiar with so far. Yeah.
Knoll, Godspeed You Black Emperor.
I know them. This is like Todd and I are big music people, and a lot of these are just
Yeah.
like nothing. Like
Yeah.
Godspeed You and I Hate God are the only ones really.
Like in the midst of all of these, like, Godspeed, we hate
Yeah.
you. And there's like Cathedral in Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KTL, Mammoth Weed Wizard Bastard.
Which we were going to call the podcast that.
That's a band we would create. Mayhem, Mephorash, Monolord, Morbid, Murg, Furpa,
Therapa.
Furpa Boys.
Primitive Man, Prophetus, Shadowmaster, Sleep, Slowmatics, Sun, The Body, This Gift is a Curse, Thou, Tiamat, Ufamumat, Urfaust, Weed Eater,
Yeah.
and With the Dead.
Wow.
I'm familiar with Morbid. I think I've heard Morbid
Morbid,
before.
Sun.
This is the third printing. MÖRK BORG is in a copyrighted Occult Ortmaster Games and Stockholm Cartel. MÖRK BORG is Swedish for Dark Fort and is pronounced MÖRK BORG.
Yeah, spelled Morkborg.
We created characters. Todd, you want to tell us a little bit about your character?
Yeah, which is on the Patreon.
Yes, it's a Patreon exclusive.
Or will be if you're listening to this on Thursday.
Yeah.
Our episode 0.
We chose to do random character creation, which was a lot of rolling dice randomly to create it, but I'm pretty happy with how things turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to do more character creation like that because that's
fun.
fucking fun.
I decided to wait until I created my character to come up with his voice, considering that he is egocentric and bitter. His name is Weemut.
Weemit.
Roll
Weemut.
randomly.
He's egocentric and he's bitter. And he's unable to get to the point and has never completed a story. Which reminds me of a time that I was robbing a bank back in the old days. Me and my buddy, Snakeskin Bob.
Right.
We came upon this bank, which for people in this universe is a place where they used to keep money. Me and Snakeskin Bob, we walked up there, and by the way, if you didn't know, Snakeskin Bob got his name. It's a lot of stuff like that.
I get it. Yeah. Corey?
I rolled for a name too, but I added to the name because of how my character kind of came out in the roles. His name is Berda Bjorn. Yeah, it's a B-O with an umlaut, R-D-A, Bjorn. It's pretty cool because like you rolled for things like terrible traits. My guy's arrogant and conflicted. The broken bodies thing too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Todd, what was your broken body thing you rolled for?
Weemut has chronic athlete's foot and
Yeah.
it stinks.
Yeah. There's no good ones. Like, this game is fucking brutal. We've discovered very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all gonna die.
There's
Oh,
no.
yeah, we were just rolling for characters and we already lost.
Yeah. My broken body trait is he has a staring manic gaze. He's a
David Byrne.
He's a nihilist, and he was banished and disowned for unspecified deeds. He can never go home. And we rolled for stuff like how much money we have, like how much food,
Equipment.
like weapons, and all kinds of stuff, spells or what have you. Because this is, Kyle, you said this is set in not our world. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
kind of D&D, but like way more death metal-y.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a dark fantasy world that is quickly approaching its apocalypse. The prophecies of the two-headed basilisk have essentially decreed this world will end.
And everybody's aware of this. In this
Everybody
world.
knows the world is going insane.
Okay.
Austin, who are you playing?
My name is Veresi.
That sounds like the name.
Okay.
I am a combination thief and warrior.
It's my favorite Austin voice so far.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah,
like it.
my guy's kind of we could have chose like an actual character class.
Yeah, they're
but we
optional character
didn't.
classes.
So my guy's kind of wizardy, by the way. And Todd, your guy's more like almost like a fighter or a barbarian or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Austin's is a thief with his Vihander.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically. So my best roll of session 0 was for our weapon. So I have this gigantic two-handed sword, along with my lock picks and grappling hook and shit. My traits are nihilistic and suspicious. My broken bodies feature is I have cataracts.
That are quickly spreading. Was that
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
My bad habit is I whistle when I'm hiding.
Not cool.
Yeah, it's looking like good things are going to happen
mean-
for Austin once again.
You got a two-handed sword. Why would you hide?
Yeah, and his troubling tale is his background is he's being tracked by a fucking golem
Oh, right. Yeah.
after a deal went bad.
And we're not talking about the little skinny, emaciated
No.
Lord of the Rings
no,
golem.
we're talking about like some big clay fucker.
We're talking about Dirk Golem.
Yeah.
So, in case you're wondering, I don't understand what system these guys are using or what's going on. This is an OSR game. That stands for Old School Renaissance, which is a movement in the indie RPG community to create games that are more rules light, focus on rulings, not rules, as it was in the halcyon days of the early 70s, before D&D had become very simulationist and rules heavy. So this is basically an early D&D style game. It is a fantasy world. I don't think they actually named the world, but it's just the world of MÖRK BORG. Our player characters are adventurers, ne'er-do-wells, vagabonds, trying to eke as good a life out of the last few days of this world as they can. And we even have a countdown until the end of the world.
Oh, excellent.
Gotta be great if we had one in real life.
Yeah, we do. But for MÖRK BORG, it's the calendar of Necrubel from the Nameless Scriptures. And the way that works is
I love Necrobell cheese.
at each dawn, we roll a D2, and if it rolls a 1, the world is one step closer to ending. If we roll 7 ones, the world ends. So here's the rules are very, very simple. Essentially,
You die.
yeah, they're spread throughout the book, but a lot of the book is just cool art, and there's really just one page of rules. Players have 4 abilities: agility, presence, strength, and toughness. They have between a -3 to a +3 in each of those. If they try to do anything, they're going to roll a d20 and add one of those ability scores. If they roll over the difficulty number, which could be a 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, or 18, they succeed. If they roll under it, they fail. And that's the core of the rules. Roll a natural 20, it's a crit. Roll a 1, it's a fumble. Enemies don't roll. When you guys get attacked, you actually roll your defense to not get hit. Now, you've got a lot of equipment, but most of that doesn't even have rules attached to it.
Yeah, we rolled for all that. Like, my weapon is essentially I've got a bear trap, I've got a staff, and I do have one spell, I guess.
Yeah. Corey has a scroll, which allows him to cast spells.
Yeah, and I have light armor, which is fur-based. Oh, and we do have a metacurrency kind of thing.
Yeah, called omens.
Yeah.
Which you can spend to max your damage. You can reduce the difficulty of a test by -4.
Basically, alter dice rolls.
Yeah.
It's like the story points in G.I. Joe, pretty much.
Or momentum and Dune, like those
Yeah.
kind of things.
Weymouth has a toolbox.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty simple.
I can help you put up the drywall if you need a hand.
So we're going to roll on the calendar of Necrobell.
Sounds good.
Also roll a D2. So the calendar of Necrobell is essentially the countdown for when your world ends. There are a maximum of 7 miseries.
And anytime you roll a 1,
yeah.
quote, add 1 misery.
Yeah, and you can essentially judge how long you want your campaign to be. If you want to have a really long campaign in this, I can't imagine why you would. But if you wanted to, you could say, hey, at each dawn, we're rolling on a D100, which means you have a very low chance of rolling a 1. And when you roll a 1, a misery is instigated.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why are you choosing Austin to roll the world-ending die?
I was also wondering the same
Could
thing.
we
Because
not?
Austin rolls bad.
Okay.
Shit.
So you could roll a D100, a D20, a D10, a D6, or a D2. The D2 is called The End is Nigh, and we're rolling that one.
All right, here we go.
That's a 1.
Oh,
That is
God
a 1.
damn it.
Jesus.
So Austin, roll a D66, and we'll see which psalm is read.
Okay. That's a 34.
So that's Psalm 3:4. The great shall be made poor, and the poor poorer still. Not as ominous as some others.
Yeah.
So we probably won't get through all these because I don't think it'll take 7 days for you guys. But if you roll 6 ones and then a 7th, you don't roll the D66 on the 7th. It just goes to verse 7:7, and you read that, and then the 7th misery will always be 7:7, and the world finally dies. The 7th seal is broken for the 7th and final time. The game and your lives end here. Burn the book.
Jesus.
And apparently we have to commit suicide. So.
Okay. Huh?
All right, you guys ready to play MÖRK?
I think so.
Yeah.
So this adventure is called Rotblack Sludge, or
Jesus.
I think that's a Muse song.
or The Shadow King's Lost Heir, an introductory dungeon crawl for BORG. You face execution for heretical theft, but a masked seer, a courtier of the Shadow King, offered you a chance at life. The king's one true heir, his son Alden, is missing. Without an heir, the Shadow King will eventually be forced to hand his crown to his imbecile brother. Get the heir back discreetly, and wealth, life, and freedom will be yours. It's believed Alden is imprisoned in an infamous underground locale, a place no free man would willingly go, a place called the Accursed Den. The masked seer is somewhat odd and delirious, but offers to scry the Accursed Den and tell you 2 truths. So you guys can roll a D8 for things the seer may see. Todd?
I got a 1.
A mysterious house of glass. Within it layers the leader of a cult. Corey, roll a D8.
2.
Gases leak from holes and cracks, driving anyone who breathes them mad. All right, Austin, roll a D8.
That's an 8.
I fear none have ever willingly escaped the Accursed Den.
This is just Boromir describing Mordor.
Yeah, basically.
Sounds like the castle in Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah.
With all the mirrors and shit.
Yep.
So after some days of travel, you depart the king's bodyguard and descend down a narrow stair to the entrance of the Accursed Den. This is a underground earthen chamber. There's a small stream of water crossing the room water's coming from holes in the walls on the left side and trickling down to the right. There's a lit oil lantern hanging from the ceiling. Black violet butterflies flap haplessly over the water. To the north are 2 wooden doors ajar. Faint violin music can be heard from behind both. And to your south, behind you, of course, is the flight of stairs that leads outside. What do you do?
Time's a wasting, fellas. Let's see what's on the other side of that door.
Which one, right or left?
Let's go to the one on the left.
Well, I don't know, fellas. As a nihilist, I think whatever door we go into is a bad idea.
There are no good ideas in this place. I just picked one at random. And by the way, we all know you're a nihilist. I knew a nihilist one time back in Kansas City.
I'm a nihilist because there's no point, because the world is ending.
Okay, door number 2. So Weemut looks around the door into the door on the left. The interior is warm and bright. It appears to be some kind of dining room. There's a rotten smell faint, sad violin music coming from the north. The room is well lit by 4 giant oil lamps. There's a large wooden table with 20 chairs spread around. It's set with mugs, plates, and spoons, but no food or drink. There's a bearded man at the far end of the table. His skin is ashen gray, eyes are dark. He's dressed in a dusty old cloak. To the north, there's another door. It is closed. There's another door to the east. And of course, on the south is the door you came through.
Varesi raises his sword carefully and calls out, "You there, identify yourself."
The old man does not respond. So what are you guys doing?
So Varesi approaches the old man.
He never moves. His eyes are fixed on some meaningless point at the center of the table. He does appear to be breathing.
That's just one of them table starers. Let's move on.
Varesi pokes the old man.
He shifts slightly from your nudge, but otherwise does not respond.
Does he have pockets?
Yeah, he's in a robe. He's fully clothed. He has
Why are you
pockets.
fucking with this demon? you're gonna do anything. What? Can I poke him in the eye too? See if he does anything.
Well, I'm going to go through his pockets.
So there's a creaking sound as the door to the east is pushed open. A man in rough armor, carrying a sword and wearing a helmet, steps through. There's a rotten stench following. He points at you all, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." You can see figures behind him, and they rush in to attack. So we're going to roll initiative.
Okay.
All right.
How's that work?
It is pretty simple. I roll a d6, and if I roll a 1 through 3, the bad guys go first. If I roll a 4, 5, or 6, you guys do.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Roll a 2.
All right.
2 guards run in. One sprints toward Vresi, who's closest to the east door because he's at the head of the table. The other runs toward Bjorn. So, Corey, you'll have to make a defense roll to dodge their swords.
Okay.
So you're basically going to roll agility.
Which it's all just a D20, right?
Yep. The difficulty rating is 12. You're going to roll a d20, add your agility. You want to roll high.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a +0 in agility, so it's just whatever the dice tells me what to do. It's an 8.
So he comes swinging at you with his sword. That's 2 points of damage, but
Fuck.
you do have armor.
Oh yeah, it's a -D2 damage for my fur, which is a bear fur.
Yeah, so roll your d2 and see if you soak any of that damage.
I got a 4, so 2.
Yeah, the bear head catches the sword. You are uninjured. Austin, make your defense roll with your agility. Now, yours is a 14 because you have medium armor, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a total of 19.
Yes, you just had to get above 14. He comes in swinging at you over the old man's head. Vresi dodges backward nimbly, and it's you guys' turn now.
Does it matter who goes, or do we just
doesn't
choose?
matter.
Okay.
How about you, Cretan? And Varesi swings his sword
Okay, so you're making a melee attack. You're just looking to roll over a DR12.
with strength.
Yes.
Oh, it's a 12.
That's what you need, so roll damage.
D10. It's a 5.
So the Zweihander arcs over the old man's head. You catch the side of the bandit's face and just slice through his mouth, right between his teeth. Part of his tongue flies against the wall.
Jesus.
He stumbles backwards, still alive,
Oh.
holding his ruined face. Todd, Corey, what are you guys doing?
I've got my staff, which I assume is kind of my main weapon, but
Yeah.
I also have a bear trap here. Can I use that as a weapon, or is that just you have to use it as a trap?
Well, it would be best used as a trap, but you could always, it's heavy and metal, you can always swing it at someone.
And this guy's like right in front of me, the guy who just tried to get at me.
True.
And most bear traps are attached to a chain, and this is a metal ass game. Can I fling the bear trap at his face?
Yes.
Thank you.
So make
I do that.
make an agility roll, a ranged attack, basically.
Okay.
So DR12 or higher.
Okay. 15.
So you fling this bear trap,
Take this, you dumbass.
and it activates at just the right time and closes on his hand. He tries to block it and hits the impact plate.
Okay.
And so it closes around his fist, just screaming. Roll damage.
Okay, it's D8. 6.
So this guy's screaming. There's blood splattering all over the table. He's jerking back and forth. Bjorn's holding on to the other end of the chain.
Yanking on it.
So Todd, how's Wemit doing?
Weeman's doing good. He looks over at his buddy Bjorn and sees him
holding him by that bear trap, and so he's going to take his short sword over there and try to finish him off.
Okay. So you're rolling melee, which is strength.
All right, my strength is a -1. Right, that's a 14 -1, so it's a 13.
That's more than you need, so roll your damage.
Damage is a D4. A 3.
So Wemit comes in. This guy's arm has been pulled forward and stretched out. He just hacks down, takes the hand off. The bear trap goes flying back towards Bjorn. The guy stumbles backwards, arm just flaring out of the stump, and he stumbles over a chair and passes out and quickly dies from exsanguination. Good job. So round 2, it is their turn. This guy's going to make a morale check. He rolled right on it, so he is very upset that this is going on.
Didn't mean to do that.
The dude whose tongue I sliced off?
Yeah, he climbs over the old man and is stabbing at you. Austin, roll your agility to dodge.
Agility. That's a 21. Ooh.
You easily get out of the way, and it is...
Missed again.
Now back to the PCs. Austin, what are you doing?
All right, swinging that sword again. I'm just going to go back to his mouth and try to stab him directly in the mouth.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Oh, here we go.
Not a fumble.
I saw you getting cocky over there.
I
with the
know.
last couple
I
rolls.
always start off so well.
So you swing towards him, but he gets caught up in the old man's robe and stumbles, tumbling over himself into the floor, and you miss. Corey, Todd, who wants to try to take out the last guard?
I'll also go for the mouth.
With the bear trap again.
Not the bear trap, because I don't want to break his teeth. I know a man who will trade for these teeth. I'm going to use my staff, which is a D4 damage. So what do I roll for this call? Is this agility as well? Is this strength? Or?
Yeah, this is a melee. Strength.
It's a 10. I have +1 in strength.
Yeah, no.
Like a bear.
You come in swinging at him, and he shuffles out of the way. You crack your staff against the top of one of the chairs. Todd?
Oh, I didn't expect this man to shuffle.
I'm gonna back up my buddy Bjorn. I'm gonna take my short sword and swing it at that fella one more time. Just like that time I was fighting in a fjord in Norway. Me and Snakeskin Bob were there because we wanted to hunt some parrots.
That's the original Snakeskin Bob.
Snakeskin Bob OG, not the same Snakeskin Bob I robbed the bank with. That was Snakeskin Bob the Third.
Hey, TP, can you kill this man who's swinging a sword at me?
Yeah, the story goes on with Wemit muttering it under his breath as he attacks.
Yes.
Todd, roll D20.
Oh, but I rolled an 18, so that's 17.
All right, roll your damage.
3.
Still muttering this story under his breath, going on even as he stabs this man to death, time after time after time. Finally, the story must have just trailed off because he stops, and the room is quiet. The old man has not moved still.
Which door did they come out of, Kyle?
They came out of the door to the east, to the right, on the right side of the room.
To me, it seems more likely that was... There's going to be something bad behind every fucking door in this game. We gotta make peace with that. This is not. Let's make a deal.
The gentlemen, the fighters, they came out of that door, so obviously there's something behind that door worth protecting.
Well, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Maybe.
So you guys go to the door on the east. Okay.
Yeah.
You go into a small room. There's a rotten stench there. It's hot. You can hear that sad violin music a little louder coming from a staircase to the north that descends downwards. There's a fireplace in here that is blazing hot. There's just general bits of building debris. There's a wooden table with chairs. Again, to the north, there's a rickety wooden stairs leading down. You can see that through that open doorway, an oil lamp, and there's a bunch of chains and hooks on the ceiling, but you can't see the floor. To your west is an iron door, and to the south is another wooden door that is a bit heavier, but not iron.
Well, fellers, there's not a good choice here once again, but it doesn't matter, because I can't go home because I was banished and disowned for unspecified deeds. But I'll tell you what it was, I killed my dad.
Well, all right then. While we're talking about old memories, that's why I'm so jumpy. Well, I keep looking out for this golem that's trying to track me down.
What's the golem's name? I perhaps know this golem.
Seeger.
Bob Seeger?
No, Terry.
Terry Seeger. I do not know this man. I will not vouch for him.
Terry Seeger, is he one of the San Francisco Seegers?
East Bay Seegers.
So which door are you guys going through?
I say we take the stairwell down.
So you go into a room that is full of hooked chains hanging from the ceiling, a variety of bloody tracks on the floor that lead nowhere. You descended down, of course, a rickety stairs. It's dimly lit here, weirdly chilly and windy. The hooks are swinging back and forth. To the north of you is an iron door with no handle. The west is an archway through to a room that you can see is illuminated with spectacular colors. And of course, the south is the doorway you came through. Austin, roll a d4 for no particular reason.
Okay. It's a 2.
So there's small holes in the walls. You guys see two small figures crawl from a hole considering you. They're about a foot tall, dusky, wearing shabby clothes with conical caps that have faded. Dusk gnomes.
Okay.
They look at one another, look at you. Hi,
Hello there, little men.
I'm Fleeb.
Fleeb,
This is Scott.
hello.
Gut.
What are you doing in the accursed den? It's not safe here. Scott chewed off his own tongue one day because he was hungry.
We're on a mission appointed by God or somebody.
We're searching for the king's heir.
His name's Alden. Have you seen this man?
Oh, you mean the king's son?
He's probably clean, if that helps.
Yes, they brought him through here. We were hiding in the holes.
Could you tell us which direction
Yeah.
they took this man in?
Yeah, north. Fletcher's got him.
Who's this Fletcher?
Oh, cannibal warlock. You know the type.
I do.
He must be the cult leader they warned us about. In fact, those multicolored lights we see through the archway may be the lights shining through the windows of a glass house.
Fleeb, could you tell us the safest path to take?
Oh, there are no safe paths here.
I agree.
I would just go through the door, that northern door, and then just keep going north. Eventually, you're going to run into Fletcher. He was raised by necromancers. They used to live here, and then he killed them all. They took him in as a boy. Then he just got bigger and bigger.
Well, could you give us any idea of what lies ahead so we might prepare for such hell horrors?
Well, there's the gut worm.
Is that what it sounds like? A worm that perhaps gets into your guts? Or is it a tapeworm?
I mean,
Because I have those.
it could get into your guts. It's basically this unfathomably long creature that is ascending up from the depths of the sludge in Rotblack pit. We've never seen its full body because it's just the big tentacle that comes out. So yeah, it could get in your gut. It got into Terry's guts and ripped them out.
So do we assume there's a bunch of other gnomes crawling out, living in the holes in this fucking room?
You can assume whatever you like.
Well, there, Scott and Fleeb. We appreciate you not coming at us with weaponry.
Okay.
And I'm glad to see in a room such as this, with blood and chains and hooks and such, that there is not a Cenobite puzzle box anywhere to be seen.
Fleeb, can you tell us what's in the multicolored room through the archway?
Is it Pride Month in Merkburg world?
Oh,
Because we are allies.
Damn right.
So well, part of that room, you can see the Rotblack sludge, the crevasse, I guess.
What of the other room?
Oh, well, there's a couple of rooms where you can see the Rotblack sludge.
So these rooms lead to the same place.
So he goes on to describe that the Rotblack sludge, as he calls it, is this deep pit filled with this black mud. And there are multiple rooms that abut against it and that have open walls into this pit, essentially.
All right, well, that's all we needed to know. Fuck the archway. Let's go through the north door. All right.
Which way we going?
We make for
North?
the north door.
Okay. You head north. There's an iron door, again, no handle. You study it for a moment, try to figure out how it opens. And then the gnome says, oh, yeah, it doesn't open from this side. Sorry.
Is there a lock?
Oh, no, it just doesn't open from this side.
Can you get to the other side from your magical holes?
Fleeb and Scott look at each other. Nope, goodbye! And they run. They slip back into the holes and you hear them scurrying and chittering.
I hate those little fucks.
Sorry, Fletcher would eat us.
I don't believe we can fit in those holes, fellas.
Well, maybe we can survive a trek through the muck of this, whatever this multicolored room is. I spent some time hunting this mythical creature in the Scottish moorlands. That's why they called me Nessie Varesi.
Son of a bitch.
How long did it take you to work that one up?
Long time.
What rhymes with Vresi?
I'm now a nihilist.
All right, so I guess we're heading to the west through the arch.
You can go through the arch, or you can head back to take a different route.
Let's just go through the arch. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? None of this matters
not
anyway.
Matter is exactly correct because nihilism.
This is nothing. This is nothing like the days when I was roaming across the planet.
Okay,
with my monkey
all right,
buddy.
we go.
So you guys
He was an
enter
orangutan.
a room illuminated with spectacular colors. The stuffy air reeks of sulfur. This room is essentially part of a cavern. The north wall is open, and it leads into a sunken pit 60 feet deep, full of black, mushy gunk.
Cannonball.
So there's a sulfuric haze that obscures the view, but you can see through it. There are other rooms that open onto this large central pit. At the center of the pit is a 50-foot tall pillar, and on top of it, playing the violin, are two skeletons.
Oh, shit.
The cave wall gleams with gems, green, pink, and violet. Of course, the way out is the way you came in. To the east and to the west, there's a narrow crawlway.
Ooh, Varesi examines the crawlway to see what direction it goes.
It goes west.
Weemut just stares at those skeletons playing violins because that's some weird fucking shit, man. I've never seen nothing like that in my life.
It is melancholy.
You
But
were very
beautiful.
barge hogging.
Oh, shit.
From where you are, you can see two other rooms, not including whatever lies through the crawlway. There's a room directly north, which appears to be some sort of forge. It's hard to tell because of the mist, the haze.
We'd have to go through the pit
Yes.
to get to it.
And there's another room on the right in the east, and the only thing you can tell about that room is there's some large statue in the center of the room that you can see through the fumes.
So wait, we would have to like wade through this pit to.
You would have to get down and then wade through the sulfuric sludge and then climb back up.
I'd rather not do that.
All right, crawlway it is, I think.
Yeah, I'm not-
You live your truth. I mean, but yeah, so there are gems on the walls, the 50-foot tall pillar.
With the skeletons on
With
it.
the
Yeah,
skeletons
Varesi's
on it.
already picking at the gems on the wall with his lock picks and files to see if he can dislodge any.
Okay, so who is removing gems? You can roll D4 to see how many you can get. And then,
Varesi is. Well, I
getting
just
one?
got one.
so make a strength DR12 test.
Okay. That is a 7.
You are trying. It is really stuck. Todd is Weemut.
Weemut would like some gems, please.
Okay, roll a D4.
It's a 1.
Make a strength test. DR12.
I rolled a 17.
You get one gem out. It is worth 200 silver. Corey?
Bjorn is conflicted, which is one of his terrible traits. Part of me would like these gems because they're pretty. But what the fuck are we going to spend this on in this world?
So while Bjorn is
does not-
conflicted,
Bjorn does not steal a gem.
the gutworm attacks.
Oh.
This unfathomably long, thick as an oak tentacle rises up from the sludge, sulfuric bits dripping from it. The end of this tentacle opens like a flower full of teeth and lunges at Vresi.
Of course.
Shy hallude.
So make an agility test to dodge its attack. Since you're in armor, it'd be increased by 2, so it'd be DR8.
Okay. Oh. That's a total of 4.
There's just so many different sounds Austin can make to sound rejected. It's amazing.
You could spend your omen to reroll that, or you can be devoured, dying instantly.
Oh, okay. All right, well, there goes my omen.
It does not matter either way.
So here goes my roll. Reroll. That's an 18.
You all see this future in which Vresi is snagged by this worm, thrashed about like a fish in a bear's mouth, and then swallowed whole. That flashes through your eyes, but in your timeline, fear motivates Vresi, and he lunges out of the way at the last second. The head of this tentacle slams into the wall, cracking stone, and we're in initiative. I rolled a 1.
Is there at any point in these combats when we can flee?
You can flee at any point you want. I mean, it's going
Wait,
to
do you-
attack you at least once.
Yeah.
It lunges towards Bjorn. Corey, make an agility 6 roll to not be devoured instantly.
That's an 8.
How does Bjorn get out of its way?
Well, actually, Bjorn gets in his mouth. Like, it happens. But Bjorn, like, as the jaws come down, he extends his arms and legs up and opens it and springs backwards in a bear-like movement.
It was so stunned that you see it pull backward and like tilt its tentacle as if confused by just what had just happened. All right, so it's you guys' turn.
Bjorn is going to use his spell. He has a sacred scroll
Okay.
called Bestial Speak.
Oh, okay.
I may
my
speak,
God.
I may speak with animals for D20 minutes. And do I have to roll anything for that, or is that I can just speak to them?
Yes. You have to roll your power. Make a presence DR12 test.
It's 15.
So yeah, you can talk to animals.
Okay.
Now
And
I
I
have
gotta
to
roll a
decide. does
D20
the-
to see how many minutes.
Yes.
Okay. 9 minutes. But in these fucking games, that's like an hour.
That's a long time.
Yeah. I don't want to talk to this guy that long.
Is the gutworm an animal?
It's a worm. A worm is an animal.
We'll say it is because it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'm pretty sure it's actually some sort of Cthulhian nightmare because
Sure,
you're just
sure.
seeing a small part of it. But yeah, we'll say it's an animal for now.
Okay. I speak to it. Hello there, friend worm. My name is Bird Bjorn.
You hear a screaming sound inside your head, like the grating of 1,000 fingernails across 1,000 chalkboards. And the magic lets you know that that's its name.
That's a beautiful name there, friend. Tell me, what vexes you?
You sense an impossible hunger stretched out over countless aeons. Sated, never. But there's a moment's relief when it devours something that lives.
What if I were to tell you there's much to eat inside the walls of this place? We met a couple little fellers earlier, and from what I suspect, there's a tribe of them. If you were to go on your way and let us weary travelers pass, we will point you in the direction of these little bastards, and you can eat for much longer than us mere morsels.
Well, because I have kids, this just sounds to me like the Billy Goat's gruff. Don't eat me, Mr. Troll.
Yeah.
Eat my brother. I mean, the gutworm is down with eating gnomes. It's down with eating everything.
I suspect it's a never-ending supply. You know how they procreate. What's the old saying? Fucking like a gnome?
It is here.
Yeah, on this planet, instead of rabbits, it's
Gnomes. Roll your presence. Let's see. Difficulty. I mean, this is real hard because it is a terrible nightmare.
I feel like I've been nice, though.
You have, but
Is there any way for us to assist?
no. No.
For Essie off to the side, just going like, yes, what that guy said.
Yeah, but
All you guys see is that the worm stopped. Its mouth is open. It is pointed at Bjorn, and his eyes are sparkling with blue light.
Bjorn's going, "Reroll, reroll."
Yeah.
Oh, Varesi's fucking off down that crawlway.
So this is real hard. DR16.
Okay, it's a D20, right? And
Yeah,
I
plus-
have,
plus your presence.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have +0 in presence, so it's just
If you
whatever I
fail,
get.
it's going to try to eat you again.
Okay. I would rather that not happen. It's an 8.
Oh,
Yeah. So it
Why
considers
do I
it,
have to sit by Austin?
and you have this image of hundreds of gnomes being driven down its gullet, and this almost overwhelms you, and you realize it was just flooding your mind with information while it got closer. So make an agility roll, a DR7.
That's a 10.
Bjorn gets his senses back in time to dodge away. We'll say that was its action, so you guys are back to the top of your round. What do you want to do?
I say we run for the crawlway.
Wait, before we do anything, I gotta let you know, there was this time back in Texas.
so
I was at
Bjorn
this honky-tonk,
follows down the crawl space.
Vressy and
I was
Bjorn.
eating some chili, and I'm pretty sure I got a gut worm from that goddamn chili.
So Todd, I'll give you an omen if you want to linger long enough to have potentially be eaten.
So anyway, Mr. Worm, I figure...
Okay.
That's it. Yeah,
Make an
why.
agility DR6. No, for you it's DR8 because you're in armor.
DR8. Okay, my agility is actually +1. Oh, that's a 14.
At some point, it does occur to Wemit that this thing is just getting closer and it's just going to eat him. So again, the story, of course, not finished. He sprints and leaps through the crawlway.
Yay!
So moving away from the gutworm. You're on hands and knees, calling through this tunnel. You can hear voices emanating from up ahead. You emerge in a greenhouse. It's hot and stuffy, but much more pleasant than everywhere else. It smells sweet.
The glass house.
There's oil lamps hanging from chains in the ceiling. Palms, cacti, and flowers grow rampantly. Beyond the glass, dim moonlight is visible.
Did I ever tell you all about the time I took a female boxer off of life support?
And through the greenery is a path to a small campsite. Sitting around the camp are 4 people. One is a woman, long dark hair. She's dressed in a gunny sack with armholes cut in it. The other 3 are young, dressed in rags, but the woman smiles kindly as you approach. She's reading a book.
Red fucking flag in this world.
She looks up. Welcome, travelers. There's food and rest here.
What is your name, miss?
I'm Leslie. These are my hosts.
How do you mean, hosts?
You're welcome here. Are you here to kill Fletcher?
We are here to free Alden.
The boy?
Yes, do you know where this clean young man may be?
Fletcher has him beyond the Rotblack sludge.
I thought we already passed that.
Well, we went around a quarter of it.
We really must be moving on there, miss, but enjoy your shabbery.
Before we leave, could you point us in the direction of the safest route around the black sludge?
Well, there's only one route. You'll have to go through the dining room, and then there's a pump room and a hole in the wall, and you can get around the sludge.
On the other side of that hole, is there a milking machine that does not stop until it gets 30 gallons?
No, I don't think so.
Good, because I have fallen for this trick before by a farmer with 3 daughters.
Would you like some tea? Perhaps some fruit?
We really must be getting on our way because you look crazy.
She smiles and turns away. The 3 young people dressed in rags. Leslie, Lucy, Leslie, the chosen, the delightful. They draw knives and attack. Roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Roll to 1.
Damn it.
So there's 3 running forward. Each is going to attack one of you. Todd, roll your agility. DR 12. Well, 14 because you have an armor, right?
Ooh, I rolled a 20.
Woo.
Yeah, so you stumble backwards away from these disturbing young people.
Damn it, I was really wanting some of that fruit.
These damn Zoomers and their TikToks.
Leslie slinks away. Austin, roll your agility.
Okay.
Again, you're at what?
14.
14.
I rolled a 12.
One of the knives sinks into you for 3 points of damage. Roll your armor before you record damage.
All right, my armor is a D4. 3.
Yeah, so he stabs you with this knife, but it doesn't break through your chainmail. Corey, agility DR 12.
It's a 7.
5 points of damage.
Son of a fucking ass.
Roll your armor, D2.
Yeah, it's a D fucking 2. Fucking bear skin. It's a 2.
So you take 3 points of damage. The one leaps on you, hugging you, bear hugging you perhaps, stabbing you repeatedly in the chest. Leslie!
Get this little fucker off of me.
How many hit points do you have?
7 total.
Okay, gotcha. That's -3, and it's the PC's turn.
Varesi wants to swing the two-handed sword in a wide arc and try to take out 2 of them.
Okay, I'll say that is pretty hard. So normally it'd be DR 12, so DR 16. It's real hard, but if you hit it, you'll hit 2 of them.
Right? Is there a way for me to still hit one?
If you hit at least DR 12, you're gonna hit one of them.
Okay. 18.
Okay, yeah, roll your damage.
8.
So Wemit and Vresi maneuvering around these two. At one point, these 2 hosts are back to back, and Vresi surges forward, swinging his Zweihander, and decapitates both of them.
Yeah.
Corey, Todd, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to try to take out the one that is attacking my friend Bjorn.
Make your well, I assume you're attacking with a sword.
The short sword, yes.
Okay, strength DR 12.
We are not friends, sir. I'm a nihilist.
He says as a child is stabbing him to death.
All right, then.
This proves my point.
I'm going to do my best to save my acquaintance.
So 1.
Oh,
Nice.
Was it a natural 1 or
No, it was a 2
Oh, okay.
minus 1.
So that doesn't count as a fumble, right?
Aw, no.
In a crit failure in this game, your head just explodes.
So it's the... No, Corey still has an action this turn.
Yes, I will act.
So Wemit comes in, swinging with his short sword. Unfortunately, he misses because Bjorn is stumbling around trying to disengage this tiny monstrosity from him. So it's this ballet of blood and swinging swords.
Can I attempt to use my strength to push this little bastard into the air, into the sword of Wemit?
Yeah, of course.
I will do that.
So just roll a DR12 attack.
And this is my strength, right? So I got a +1 in strength. Mm-hmm. I rolled a 1.
Nice.
No, wait, that's a 2, though.
Yeah, it's a 2,
+1.
right? Yeah, that's nice.
So you surge forward, trying to impale this host on Weemit's sword. Weemit's swinging. It turns, slashes at Weemit, hits the sword perfectly, and Weemit's sword snaps. The blade tumbles away.
It's all those video games these Zoomers play.
Then it turns back to Bjorn, and Corey, you're going to need to make another agility defense.
It's another fucking 1. God damn.
3 damage.
Fuck.
Oh, wait, that was a fumble?
Yes. That's 2 fumbles in a row, Kyle.
6 damage.
Fuck. I gotta roll my D2 though, right?
Yes.
I mean, I've got 4 health left, so
Yeah.
it's a 1.
So you take 5 damage.
Okay, what does that do?
He stabs you in the head and you die.
Jesus! Well, I'll be seeing you later.
You do have omens.
Oh yeah, I can re-roll that one.
You can re-roll your roll or other rolls.
I'm gonna re-roll my roll because I can re-roll a fumble, right?
Correct.
I do that. It's a 6.
So you still miss, or
Sure.
so you still get hurt, but you may not take 6 damage. So
Okay.
I'll re-roll his damage. That's 3 damage.
Okay, and I'm gonna roll my
Roll your armor.
bearskin rug I'm wearing. It's a 1 again, so
So you take 2 damage.
okay, I'm down to 2.
Make sure you record one of your omens being so. You only have 1 omen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're at 2 hit points, and you guys are back at the top of your round. Who wants to go first?
Varesi's going to strike at the third one.
I would point out that there have been 2 deaths in this game without omens, which is an optional rule. You're welcome.
Thanks, Kyle. You're my favorite member of this podcast, and that's even above myself.
So Austin Vresi's going after him.
All right, that's another 16.
That's a hit.
D10 damage. 9.
So Vresi comes in and hacks this thing in half at the waist. The top half still clinging on to Bjorn, trying to stab him, but just getting slower as its entrails are pulled across the floor in this macabre dance.
And stay down, you little mongrel. And then when it stops moving, Varesi bends down and picks up the dagger that that the thing was carrying and holds it up to Wemit and says, "Would you like another weapon?"
Yeah, I'll take that knife.
It's a long knife, does D6 damage.
I must say, Vereezy, when I first took a gander at you, I figured you for a man who typically rolls terribly. I am pleased to see it was not.
So the only way out of the greenhouse is back through the tunnel.
One moment, let me take these children's teeth. I know a man.
So the only way out of the greenhouse is back the way we came?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Wait,
Was she just lying when she described another way to circumnavigate?
No, she told you exactly how to circumnavigate the pit. She didn't say you could get there from here.
Oh, okay.
She said you had to go back through the dining room.
Well, let's go back through the goddamn dining room.
Hey, Vresi, thank you for this knife. It reminds me of the one I used to kill
And
this
you guys
crazy
go back
fan
through the tunnel.
who was trying to murder me when I was a radio DJ in San Francisco.
You crawl back through the tunnel while William tells some inane story. You emerge in the gym room. There's no sign from the sludge that the gutworm is active. So you go through the chain room, back to the guard room, and then back to the dining room where the old man is still sitting at the table. There's 2 dead guards. There is the north door out of the dining room. You have not ventured
That's
through.
the only way we haven't gone.
There is a west door from the guard room, the third room you entered that you haven't explored, but She told you to go north through the dining room.
Okay. And also, we talked about this off air, but you said, like, we have food.
Yes.
There's a way to heal yourself with food?
Yeah, you can take a short rest, essentially. It's basically...
Have you guys taken damage?
I have not.
No.
Fuck. Do you mind if we pop a squat?
You just take a short break, take a drink of water, eat some food, and you get D4 hit points.
I rolled a 1.
So you get 1.
Yeah, I'm at 3.
You guys enter a dark and cold corridor. A light at the end. You can hear violin music, which you assume is from the skeletons on the pillar in the sludge room.
I do not
birthday
care
cake.
for this band.
In this corridor, there's paintings on the wall, mostly landscapes, fairly bland. There's a door to the east, and of course the door you came in.
We choose the right one.
Do you mean the correct one?
Yes.
So she told you to go north
right.
from the dining room. It is dark. Does anyone have light?
I have a magnesium strip.
Ooh.
Oh,
You do,
yeah,
magnesium
that's
strip.
right.
Then you can roll a D14 presence to notice the pit trap.
I have a -1 for my presence. But I rolled an 18, so that's 17.
Woo.
Yeah, so in the corridor, you can see the angular lines visible on the floor abutting a painting that it looks like, that floor is going to open if you just walk over it.
We don't do that.
So you guys edge around that, make your way down the corridor to a room where the smell of sulfur is quite strong. This is some kind of pump room. There's a rusty pump in the middle of the floor and muddy liquid. 3 oil lamps hanging from the ceiling. And there is a hatch in the floor.
This room smells like my feet.
There is a hole in the wall on the east side that you can see into the Rotblack pit. And you can see the skeletons from here.
Well, I think we should go through the hatch.
I agree.
Veresi follows.
We had a hatch on the spaceship that I took into space one time.
That's interesting because I once met a man who lived in a hatch who had to input numbers every so often or else the island would disappear. Austin, it's lost. Yeah. It's okay. You look bewildered.
So you guys...
Desmond was his name.
You open the hatch, there's a tunnel, you move through it and come up in a sooty and very hot forge. Sulfuric haze everywhere. 2 large hearths used as smelters and ovens. Chunks of meat hang on ceiling hooks, largely human flesh. Adults and children. To the south, of course...
Only our game master would have felt the need to clarify that.
The book clarifies it. Thank you very much.
No,
I'm not Swedish.
there's no tweens.
Yeah. To the south is the Rotblack sludge pit. East is a wooden door. And of course, you're coming out of a stepladder into the room. That is dominated by Fletcher, the cannibal warlock. 7 foot tall, built like a grizzly, sooty, bald, covered in tattoos.
Can I use animal speak to speak grizzly at him?
Yeah. He has a red hot flail in one hand, looks at you and grins, and we roll initiative.
Oh, hello, sir.
We were in space and they called us cowboys.
God damn it, Kyle.
You might
I'm
say we
rolling
were
great.
space cowboys. Me and Tommy Lee Jones and James Garner.
Fletcher points to Versi and utters words in the unlanguage of magic. Ich bin Luft, and he fades from existence, turning invisible.
Is Alden in this room? Do we see anybody else in this room?
You do not.
So there's only one other door.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is your turn. What do you guys do?
I'm going to swing at the spot where he was.
Okay.
Do I have to roll anything?
I mean, it's going to be basically impossible to hit him, so I'll say DR 18.
Okay. Oh, 15.
Versi goes in, swinging the Zweihander. You just hear a dark chuckle as you cut through thin air.
Sorry, guys, I can't see him on account of my cataracts.
Bear de Bjorn is going to subtly. He's wearing bear fur, but since he's a wizard, I expect they go down to his feet as like a robe for like
Yeah.
a wizard would wear. So he subtly, like, and as quiet as he can, lets the bear trap fall to the ground, and he just kind of subtly like kicks it out in front of him.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Todd, are you going to do anything?
Weymouth has a rare sought-after item that Fletcher might be interested in.
Are you displaying it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's rare and sought after.
You guys hear something.
It's that Wu-Tang album. That fucking Martin Shkreli bot.
Yes.
So Bjorn hears a sound he recognizes, the chalkboard screech of the gutworm's words, but said by Fletcher somewhere in the room, and the gutworm surges out of the sulfur, lunging towards Weemut. Todd, make your agility 8 roll to dodge its attack.
Ooh, it's a 5.
Oh no.
You are devoured.
Oh no.
Shit.
Unless you want to use an omen.
You
to
got
reroll.
3 omens.
I'm going to use an omen and re-roll that shit.
Corey, what is the agility on your bear trap?
It's presence to spot DR 14.
Okay. Go ahead and re-roll, Todd.
It's another 5.
Oh god.
No.
Would you like to use another omen?
Yes. Oh, there we go. That's a 20.
Yay.
Nice.
Natural 20?
No, not a natural. 19 plus 1.
So there's a metallic snap and a scream. Fletcher's invisible foot is caught in the bear trap.
Yay.
Corey, you can roll damage.
It's a D8 damage. It's a 6.
He has armor. He rolled a 1, so 1 point is reduced from that, so he'll take 5.
Okay.
And now we know where he is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, you can see blood spilling down an invisible leg. So it's Fletcher's turn now. He is closest to Bjorn, so he's going to swing the flail. So, Corey, roll your agility. DR 12.
3. For fuck's sake, I hate Austin.
And I assume you're out of omens.
Yes.
How many hit points do you have right now?
3.
Rolled an 8.
Jesus fucking tits.
The red hot flail, the chain wraps around Bjorn's neck, and the flail, the spiked ball, slams into his face, crumpling it. He collapses in a wet mess.
Before I go, I would just like to say I'm a nihilist, so this does not matter.
And Fletcher, giant bear-like, it's so appropriate that he stepped in a bear trap. Did they even describe him as like built like a grizzly? Stomping around, the bear trap over his leg, pulling Bjorn's dead body. Todd, Austin, your turns. The gutworm is still looming over everyone after Weemut narrowly avoided it.
All right. So looking around this room, you said it was used as a forge.
Yes.
So are there any like active like heating elements or anything like boiling cauldrons or like anything like that?
Yeah, I mean the hearths are full of wood and they are at high temperature.
All right. So what I'm after is hurtling my grappling hook across the room over onto one of these cauldrons and trying to tip it over and spill the hot liquid metal onto the floor where Fletcher is.
And we're going to do the floor is lava.
Okay, yeah,
That's
make
that.
I like it.
Make an agility roll to snag something with a grappling hook. I'll say that's pretty easy. That's what a grappling hook is made for. So it's routine. So DR 8.
Okay.
Now you are in medium armor, so DR 10.
Okay. Natural 20.
Well,
You
I feel like Austin is suckling my life force or something.
there's a big cauldron full of smelted iron. It empties out completely. Gallons of liquid metal spilling across the floor, splashing. Fletcher is caught. You weren't sure exactly where he was. You could see the bear trap, but you didn't know where the rest of his body was angled. He was almost under it, and I'll say that does 2d8 damage because you rolled a
2d8.
crit. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, Fletcher, watch where you step. All right, that's 15.
He is definitely hurt. Huge chunks of his skin are sloughing off from the burns. One of his eyes has burst and boiled down his face.
Oh, so he's not invisible anymore.
No. No. Todd? So there's the gutworm that is chasing after you.
Yes.
The tentacle of it.
I am going to use my short sword to try to chop off the tentacle of the gutworm.
Okay.
All right.
Make your strength attack. DR 12.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit. I rolled a 1 and it's -1, so that
Do you
would
have
be
any omens left?
That would be a 0. I do have 1 omen left,
Use that
All right.
shit, dude.
which I'm going to use right
Okay.
now.
All
This is
right.
the boss fight, goddamn.
Yeah. Here we go. Come on. God
Oh,
damn it.
my God.
I rolled another 1.
I'm telling you, it's fucking Austin.
So yeah, that's a 0.
He's doing that thing in Superman where he reversed the energy back at us.
I got in the power trap in Superman 2.
So Wemit is swinging this long knife that you guys stole from one of the dead hosts. The gutworm is edging back and forth just out of reach, and in desperation, Wemit just throws it, and it goes over the thing and clatters against the far wall, and the worm and Wemit follow it, and then the worm's head just snaps back. Todd, make an agility roll.
Oh, God.
DR8.
All right. Well, that's a 13.
You roll out of the way, and it slams through a stack of barrels, wood splinters exploding everywhere. Fletcher stumps across the room towards Versi.
I mean, I'm sure.
So roll your agility. The flail with Bjorn's head still nailed to the ball. Yeah. It's coming at you.
Oh, I rolled a 4.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
The world is righted itself.
So 4 points of damage. You can roll your armor.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what you get for tampering with nature, Austin.
3.
So you take 1 point, but the heat from this flail burns you.
Okay.
Your agility tests are at -2.
All right, and I have a +2 in agility normally, so that'll just even out to 0.
Gotcha. All right, and it is...
Living a charm fucking life today, Austin. I'm just saying. What is the most brutal game Austin's like doing okay?
PC turn.
Now Varesi's mad. So as he shakes off the hot flail, Varesi takes his great sword and swings it in a wide arc, just trying to take Fletcher's fucking head off.
Roll your strength.
That's an 8.
You swing the flail. He yanks Bjorn's head from the ball and blocks your attack with it.
Oh, sorry, my friend.
Todd?
All right. Wemit kicks his shoes off, sits on the floor, and puts his feet up in the air and says, "Trick or treat, smell my feet."
Get 'em.
So that's going to make it harder to dodge the gutworm. Shit. So that'll be a DR10 roll.
Oh, this is not G.I. Joe, huh?
It's not.
DR10.
Yep.
Is that on agility?
Agility.
Okay. Oh, well, hey, it's a 2.
Jesus.
The feet up in the air. The gutworm hesitates. Is this working? No. It snaps over his feet. Versi can hear the bones breaking. Even over Wemit screams. It swings him around like a rag doll.
Oh,
a
my
rag
dear
doll
goodness.
mistreated by an angry child. It chokes him down like a bear finishing a salmon. It burps. 1 foot pops out.
Oh my god, it's even worse.
From inside the gutworm, we hear,
This is just like that time. I was in the Pacific Northwest. Spent 3 days in the belly of a bear.
Fletcher shouts something in a language that Versi doesn't understand. 2 bolts of lightning lance from his eyes.
Oh dear god.
These automatically succeed.
Oh. Of course they fucking do.
You explode as you take 9 points of damage. How many hit points do you have?
I had 7. Oh, actually,
You have armor.
yeah. Oh, I rolled a 4.
Oh, wow.
So I have 2 points left.
You partially explode.
Just both your arms and one leg. You're Mickey Fructose now.
You're still technically alive. It's your turn.
You're the fucking the knight from fucking Monty Python.
Fletcher is hideously injured, but so are you.
Yeah. So Varesi stands there for a second, looking like Daffy Duck after the gun goes off, and
What a reference, Austin. I love it.
ow, and then swings his sword again.
There you go. Yeah, strength roll.
Natural 20.
No.
Oh, nice. Double damage.
I love how this is
2d10.
happening, but the gut worm is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to have to contend with it later. 11 points of damage.
Versi impales Fletcher on the end of the Zweihander, yanks, and cuts through his ribs, bisecting him. He smiles, blood red teeth, and then slumps over dead. The gutworm stops and slowly sinks back into the sludge.
Varesi stands triumphant just before he kind of stubs his toe in the hot lava and has to limp away.
You manage to find the lost heir that's in the next room, sullen, ungrateful, chubby boy.
Wow.
But you lead the fool back through the misery from which you trudged and are given your freedom by the king.
Thank you, my king.
But the world ends the next day and then you die.
God damn.
I just pictured the son of the king being, fuck you, hippie!
Well done, Austin.
Thank
Wow.
You survived and won.
I did.
Yeah.
Jesus.
A bit more hope in this dark world.
Yes,
That's
that's me.
I'm so glad you all died most of you died horribly.
Oh yeah. Jeez. Yeah, that's a pretty fun game, and it is very simple. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a game you could jump into with friends and play pretty easily.
Yeah, well, I think we'll definitely play this one again.
Yeah, we'll the next time we do it, we'll do the optional characters.
Sweet.
Cool.
Okay, that'd be cool. Switch it up. Hey, it's the first time I've ever got to use the Bear Man from True Grit's voice, so
Yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah. Well, we'd like to thank our Patreon supporters. We love you guys.
God bless you. And you guys are going to be hearing the session 0 about character creation and stuff. And we cut up on there.
Yeah.
We make some japes.
We do have a lot of fun with that. It's pretty cool. I think you'll like that. Thanks to our sponsor, Barrel and Bond.
Barrel and Bond, 100 Broadway, downtown Paducah.
Yep.
It's a great place.
It's kind of like Merkburg, a little bit.
It reminds me of
the
the-
dining room
yeah.
area is very weird.
The accursed den, I think.
They do have a gut worm.
Yeah, there's chains with
Gutworm.
there's chains with child
Yeah,
bodies.
there's that one weird wall of the bathroom that's gone, and then beyond it is the sludge pit.
Yeah.
That always bothered me.
always gnomes.
The
in there,
worm
too.
watching you pee.
Yeah.
Well, they do have that one cocktail called Add One Misery.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
That would be a great name for a cocktail at like an RPG bar.
And thank you to Panacea Juicery in Lone Oak. Very good juices. You can find them all over town, too. I know Piper's Tea and Coffee have them, other places. And I don't think you can go in there and get murdered.
No,
I think
sounds good.
I think the juices kill the gut worm.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah.
So thanks, everybody. We hope you enjoyed MÖRK BORG. We certainly had fun with it. We'll probably
yeah.
play it again. I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
Austin.